Kia ora whānau, how are we doing? Hey, I'm going to jump back on social media quite a bit and try and, the whole focus of it is going to be to try and help people to look at themselves, to look within, and try and make the connection of why they identify to things the way they do, and the cycle patterns that people are caught in, and what holds you there. I'm not saying I've got it all together. I'm just purely going to speak on my experiences and what has helped me level up and keep leveling up to the next level within myself, because as I've found, it's got nothing to do with the external world. It is all internal. Life is about all internal. How you feel, what you identify to, and yeah. So, I didn't even know really where to start, because there's going to be heaps to this. I'm going to try and do one post a day and just give a little insight into what helped me to start looking in different places as to what my truth was, and to be a better human, and to be sorry, just gonna put the windows down in the car. Sitting in my car, I've just finished the gym, and just what has helped me make it to the next level. Yeah, so I guess I'll start with what actually led me down the track of into searching for the brotherhood, searching for gangs, things like that. And honestly, after because it took quite a bit to see why and how I ended up there. Now I personally believe that everything happens for a reason, and I believe that I walked that life in order to gain wisdom and knowledge, and so I can reach back and grab some people that are stuck there. This is to do right across the board. It's not just what led me to gang life and that. It's for everybody, if it resonates with you, then it's for you. It's, like you're meant to hear it. So, I still have an uncle he's now in jail doing 25 years, I think it is. He's served 15 years. He's inside for the big M. So, this was a guy that I had looked up to my whole life. As a kid, he was my mum's youngest brother. He was the one in the whānau known as out the gate. He's like the one that you would call if shit needed to get done. He was the one that was, in my eyes, was the big tough guy that everyone feared. And I was just like, whoa, I'd always looked up to him, and he was covered in tattoos, tāmokos, and things like that, right? So he had heaps of tattoos. So I think that's where I got the whole, I wanted to identify to as a person, I've seen a lot of people feared him. A lot of people feared him, and the respect that he got. Now, looking at it from a kid's point of view, I was just like, whoa, why is everyone scared of this guy? Why does everyone bow down to this guy? Why, wherever he goes, he can beat people up, he can do this, he can do that. And I think most whānaus have at least one person within their whānau that's like that. That is the guy that you call up if shit hits the fan. And so I had looked up to him my whole life, and he was a guy that would, he would let me watch porn and stuff like that at such a young age, and he was trying to be the cool uncle, and I loved him for it. I was just like, I want to be like my uncle, man. I just want to be like him, and he was like the bigger brother that I never had. And so I guess I never really knew that I carried that through my life. Like, I always wanted to be the tough guy. I always wanted to be that guy, you know, that was the tough guy that would just fucking beat people up, hit people, and if anyone got in my way, oh, fucking boom, I'll be into you, you know, like that, because that's what I had looked up to, you know. Now, this can go for guys that are in the club world that say, oh, fuck, I'm in the club world, you know, because, you know, my dad was and my uncle was and all this. I get that. But you also don't have to stay there either, you know. And so, identifying with that, and it's not only until recently, you know, I've actually can look back and see it and be like, hey, I was just trying to be like him all along, you know. I wasn't trying to be like me. I had identified to something that I seen and that I wanted to be like, because people just are finding their way through life. So if they see something like that they latch onto it. Yeah. Oh, I want to have a life like that person. I want to be like that person. I want to be like this person. And before you know it, you turn into this person, you know, because what you think about and what you put out into the world, that's what you'll get back. And so I had wanted to be that tough guy that everyone was scared of, and was, you know, like, I had respect and all this stuff because I thought it was who I wanted to be. And it wasn't until I got there, being a president of one club, climbing to a national president of another club, and that's what I wanted to be. And then I got there and I still felt empty. I was like, hey, fuck. I was like, fucking, this is shit. It's shit. I don't actually want to be this person. So who the fuck am I? And that hit me nearly 6 years ago. That I was on a 2-day bender, you know, with some mates. And then it was like I just woke up and I was just like, and I stared myself in the mirror and was like, hey, who the fuck are you, man? Like, I was ready to pull the pin because I just wasn't happy with who I was, who I become. And to a lot of people from the outside looking in, I had it all. I had the bike, I had the money, I had the girls, I had stuff in the material world. I had things, you know. And once I got all these things, and there's still an emptiness in here, you know, like I still felt like, man, there's more to life than this. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Wake up. And that was my wake up call. And that was when I started to go on a self-discovery journey. And that was nearly 6 years ago. And I believe that if this resonates with you, then you're probably at a point where, fuck, I'm just sick of my life, man. Like, I'm just not happy, you know? And I can honestly say that if you're not happy, it's because you're coming from a place that is not authentic. It is not you. You are following a pattern. You are identifying to what you grasped onto at such a young age. You have identified to it, you know? And yeah, I think this is going to be the first part of just identifying to it and what made me go down the club line and what made me do the things that I done. Because I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of. But I have come to a place, when you go along a self-discovery journey, you have to come across this bridge of, you have to start loving yourself. You have to forgive yourself, because everybody that walks this earth does things that they're not proud of. They do things that they're ashamed of. And when you go on a self-discovery journey, you actually don't have to feel like that, because every one of us makes mistakes. A lot of people can make mistakes and carry that trauma with them, and they won't allow them to let that feeling go. They carry it through their life. Like, they just I know some family members of mine are stuck because they just can't get through things that have happened, and they treat themselves like shit. They treat themselves like shit, like they whatever they do, but they treat themselves like shit. And oh man, it is hot in here. And yeah, I've sort of gone off top. Sort of not lost it, but I'm just going to leave it there for this first post, as to what made me go. What I think that's what made me go down that line, was because that's what I thought I'd wanted as a kid. Carried it right up until I had achieved it, and realized still empty. Yeah. So you can't use an excuse of I was born into this. Oh, it's like when you come to a place of realization and you start using the excuse, I'm the way I am because I was born into this, which is true, but it doesn't mean you stay there. It does not mean you stay there. It means you put in the groundwork to change your perspective and follow the authentic you. And that is guided by your intuition. You need to listen to that voice inside that tells you, bro, not a good idea, or bro, I don't think we should do that, it's not fucking, And then it's identifying what is the ego and what is the authentic you. I'm going to leave there, whānau. This is post number 1. I don't know where all these posts are going to go. They might make sense to some people and they may not. Yeah. And if it doesn't make sense to you, fuck the scroll on, bro. I don't want to hear your shit. Because I don't care what you got to say anyway. I put this out there without, it's not praise or nothing for it. It's just hoping somebody can learn off it. Anyway, whānau, love, light and happiness. Let's go.